Hello friends, this is Lindsay with the Grace-Paced Life. And as you know, I am a big juice fan. I did 40-day juice fast and I juice almost every day. It is a wonderful thing. It's helped me get over my chronic fatigue. It's boosted my immune system. It has just helped me overall to gain back the strength and the vitality that I needed in my life. So I highly, highly recommend getting in the habit of juicing every day. I know it can be a little daunting and it seems like a lot of work and a lot of cost, but it is so worthwhile and it's cheaper than medical doctor bills. So I thought it would be fun today to show you 4 different juicers, compare them for you, show you the pros and cons, the cost, and then how much juice they yield. Each of them has the same amount of produce, so we can put them in and see how it comes out. And then you can decide which one of these or a similar model would be right for you and your family. So let's begin with the Centrifuge juicer. This is a very low cost, good start juicer if you are going to try to see if juicing is for you. So the pros to this is it has a very large opening, the mouth of the juicer, so you don't have to chop your produce quite so small. That could save on time. This juicer costs about $50 or less on Amazon. It is very high powered, so the produce goes in there quick and it's not a lot of standing around. The downside to this this sort of juicer, a centrifuge, is that because the motor spins so fast, oxygen is forced in and it oxidates the juice, which decreases the nutrition, and the high-speed motor creates a little bit of heat. So you can kill some of the nutrients in the juice. Let me show you how it works. It's a little bit loud, so I will try to adjust the volume for you on the video. So you can see I could put a lot of produce in the opening and it juices it very quickly. I was a little bit afraid it was gonna like bounce up in my face, but it didn't, so we're good. Okay, so this is what was produced. Now each of these bowls has 1.5 green apples, 5 stalks of celery, and some parsley, which I chose on purpose to show you how these juicers handle greens. So as you can tell, this is how much juice was yielded on a centrifuge. A little bit. Okay. It's a good machine. It's nice and quick and it got a pretty good amount of juice. So we're going to compare them at the end. So right now, let's go see how long it takes to clean this. Okay, I'm going to start my stopwatch so that we can time how long it takes to clean them. But one thing I wanted to say while I clean this is that these juicers, you want to drink them right away. When you make the juice with a centrifuge juicer, you want to go ahead and drink it immediately. And you'll see why at the end when we compare the juices. But the high speed really separates the pulp, but it doesn't heat very well, as you'll see later. Okay, so not bad. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to clean it. There are only a few parts. This one's a little tricky to get all of the stuff out of. It's kind of a big mesh, but not bad. Okay, let's do juicer number 2. The second juicer is the Omega. I lost the little juice receptacle thing because I've had it for so long, probably broke it. So I just use a glass. It works. Okay, it has a plunger, so I'm going to turn it on, and then you can see how the produce gets fed through. So you can see how I had to work a little bit harder on that one. And it's a little bit slower. I also haven't used it in a little while, so I forgot how small I needed to cut the pieces up. But you get the idea. Okay, so this one, quite a bit of juice, right? Also, I think we should measure the pulp as well. I think that would be really interesting to see how much pulp each juicer gives out. So this one is really easy to disassemble. It's basically 3 parts. Let's go over in time how long it takes to clean it. So that was about 40 seconds. So easy. This brings back memories because I haven't used this juicer in a long time, but if you look at how small this is compared to this, you can see it's a lot faster to clean. And also, it kind of shows you about the speed of which the juice can be pushed through. Okay, the next one is the Nama J2. Okay, so let me show you. There are some downsides to this, although they're not very many. One thing is that the greens don't do as well. I think I'll try to show a picture. Sometimes they just swirl and swirl in this canister, which looks like this inside. Sometimes they get caught in there. So, but what you want to do if you're going to get this juicer is layer it correctly. So you want to put your greens on the bottom. The softest things go on the bottom. The greens, and then I would just break them up. It's real easy. Greens on the bottom, and then anything softer, like if you're going to use cucumbers, lemons, and then you put your hard things on top, like apples or celery. One fun thing about this is you can put a whole piece of fruit in and turn it on. So again, the benefit to this juicer is it's just like a blender. You can fill up the canister with everything that you want. You do have to chop it up. I chop it up, you don't have to, but I chop it up so that it's easier to pass through the pulp chute. But you can just fill it up and walk away, do the dishes, make another batch of juice, whatever you like. Now I'm just going to dump everything else in here and just let it go. Okay, so that's the Nama J2. It's kind of nice because again, you can walk off, and then when you're ready, just pop the little holder. So let's see how much juice it made. Okay, and let's see how long it takes to clean it. Okay, a few more parts, but it still only took me 1 minute and 20 seconds. So a lot of people say juicing is just so messy. It just takes so long to clean. But really, you've seen me do 3 juicers now, and it took me only a few minutes each. So let's not let that be an excuse. It is a little messy on the sink, but you definitely want to have one of these in your sink, or else you have to know a plumber. Okay, the last juicer for today is the Tribest Greenstar. Now, this is a great machine. I love it. This just catches the pulp. One thing I love about it is you can get a workout while you juice. So that's awesome. One thing that I really love about it, and you'll see what I mean later, but one thing that is great for is greens. So if you plan on juicing a lot of, I don't know, wheatgrass and kale and herbs, cilantro, parsley, this machine is the best for that. So I'll show you how it works. It's gone. Okay, so you can see that that was a little bit of little extra effort, especially if you're gonna do carrots. It's just, hey, but it's okay. It's a little shoulder workout while you're juicing. So no big deal, right? Time management. All right, so that's how much juice it made, and then we will go clean it. Actually, I'm gonna show you part of it here because it's got a lot of pieces. So this, and then you take the top off, and it has these clasps. It's a little bit confusing at first, but not a big deal. I should probably show you how to reassemble it, but if you're gonna buy a Tribest juicer, you'll figure it out. But that's what the inside looks like. The downside to this machine, I have to say, is that this gets all juicy and pulpy, and you can't really bring this, I guess you could bring it and rinse it off, but I usually have to wipe it down, and it just takes a little bit extra time. Okay, let's go clean the parts. Okay, 1.5 minutes. That one had a lot more parts. Oh, math. And my false start. So we'll say 2 minutes. Okay, so hopefully that was interesting for you, and you have an idea now of which one you might lean towards purchasing and putting to use. Now let's check out the results. Obviously this one was done first, so it has been sitting a little bit longer, but not much longer, maybe 15 minutes. I'm pretty quick at this, but you can see how the juice is separated quite a bit. So that's why it doesn't stay good as long. And then the pulp. So this juicer is only $50, but you end up wasting a lot more produce this way. Definitely better than nothing. Okay, so don't let that discourage you. If this is what you can afford, this is what you should do, because this is better. Juicing is like, you get over 90% of the nutrients in the produce through juicing. Juicing is 3 times more efficient than chewing with your teeth. So this is the omega. You can see now people say we shouldn't drink juice because there's no fiber in it. Well, you can tell that there is insoluble fiber and soluble fiber in juices still. And the insoluble fiber is the separation. You can see it's in there. So this is the pulp that came out, not quite as much at all, but still, this is still a little wet too. Like it's heavier. This is very dry. You can tell it's fibrous. So big difference there in the weight because a lot of juice is still left in here. Okay, and then this is the Nama, and you can tell it comes out in little, like it's almost like little cardboard pellets. Pretty dry, which is great. And then there's the juice. And then the Tribest is the winner for the best, most efficient use of produce because there's very, very little pulp and the juice. So let's just compare all four, see which one yielded the most. I think that would be really interesting. What do you think? Honestly, I think the Nama might have given the most produce. Now, I tried to be very even with the batches, but you know, there might be a variation in size difference. That's the only thing that I can think of. But these two machines are excellent. This is great. If you're not in the $500 range, buy one of these. Buy a cold press juicer. There's also a Tribest has a very affordable, around $100 cold press machine that's really good too, called Shine. I highly recommend that. But look on Marketplace or Craigslist. I found this one for like $100, $150. So deals are out there. Anyways, I hope that was interesting. I'm gonna go drink some of this juice, and I hope you go make some too. And which one did you like? Which one did you feel like was the best deal or the most efficient? Put in the comments below and tell me which one you liked the best. And if you're thinking of getting a juicer, or if you have one that you like that I didn't mention, put it in there so that we can all benefit from it. Thank you for being with me here today, and I hope that it was enjoyable. And get juicing, stay healthy, and be blessed. See you next time.